This is Rattle and Hum Sports Podcast for this August the 28th, 2013. We're talking music today with a very old and dear friend of mine. I'm Bryan Houston, and with us on the phone right now, the rising new country superstar, Kacey Musgraves. How you doing, Kacey?
Hey, I'm good. Calling from Phoenix today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, you're in Phoenix. Are you going to do a show tonight?
Yep, I have an acoustic like a radio show thing tonight with different artists. Cheryl Crow's on the bill, a bunch of other guys. So, yeah, it should be fun.
All right. You were on our TV show back when you were still in high school. I guess 17 maybe was the youngest when you came on the TV show back in Tyler. Did you ever imagine that it was going to turn into what it's become now?
Well, I wasn't for sure, but I did imagine a little bit, or hope, you know. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride since I've seen you guys last year. It's been a lot of crazy, amazing things happening that I'm really thankful for, and I'm just kind of hanging on, you know.
You're the classic example of the overnight success that takes about 10 years, right?
Yeah, totally. Everyone, it starts to call in misconceptions. It's like, oh, she just came out of nowhere. And it's like, I've been doing this for, a long time, working hard at it. My whole family's been, there with me, supporting me, and, my hometown and everything. So, not quite overnight, but, hopefully not too long in the grand scheme of things.
Did you anticipate that the first major album was going to be the success that it became?
Well, it was something I worked really hard on, and I got to, produce it alongside two of my really good friends and writers, and so it was something that I really poured a lot of myself into, and I really hoped that it would be, connected with so well, and I'm really, really happy that it did.
And then now every time I turn around, I see you on television as well, and you're not doing local TV anymore, you're doing the big stuff.
Yeah, they've got me on a pretty busy schedule, but it's awesome. I've got some time off coming up here soon in September, so that'll be, needed, and I'll recharge the batteries, and then in October kind of start back up again.
Now, what's been the coolest thing of all the stuff that you've gotten to do so far? What has been the one thing that's just kind of knocked you out?
It's all been kind of a whirlwind, kind of before. It's like a lot happens in a short amount of time, so it's hard to actually remember everything that happens to me because, there's so many great things that I could close my eyes and grab one of them and walk away and look at it and be happy with that. So it's hard to pick, but I'd say opening for Willie Nelson and getting to meet him was I'll never forget that. That was a crazy, crazy day, and that was in Texas, a few shows that we did with him, and that was just amazing. Loretta Lynn was another one, and since then, though, hearing my song on the radio, and it, making its way up the chart, getting to make a video for the first time, that was really fun. Just getting to play shows with my band, and just seeing people sing the lyrics, too, that's really cool.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. Now, I know growing up in East Texas and Mineola and Alba and all that area up there, where did all this stuff come from?
Inspiration-wise?
Yeah.
It can kind of come from everywhere. It's usually something that I've gone through or can relate with. Otherwise, I have a really hard time writing it, but it might come from a different character's perspective, because I don't want it to always come from first person because it's boring. If it always is, that's expected, But it can come from anything, honestly. A conversation I'm having, and sometimes something will hit me and I'll write it down, or a sign that I see, or just anything.
Now, when you write some of the songs, I know a lot of people have made a big deal about some of the quote-unquote controversial lyrics and all this kind of stuff. So, in a song like Blowing Smoke, is that you?
Actually smoking?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a smoker.
I didn't think so. I had to find that out, though.
It's kind of a metaphor.
Yeah.
And for wasting time and talking, smack about somebody. Also, yes, smoking cigarettes. But I mean, I got to act a little bit in the videos, and it was fun. I mean, I think it'd be stupid if I sang a song about blowing smoke and I didn't at least kind of get into it a little bit. But as far as daily smoking, no. And if Nana's listening, that's a big no.
Well, and have you kissed any girls lately?
Not here lately. Not that I can remember, so. But I support it.
You got to watch what you write, though, because people got to ask questions.
Yeah.
You know that, don't you?
Well, I mean, I'm into supporting walks of all kinds of life, and if that's what somebody wants to do with their time, or if that's what moves them, or what makes them feel good, then I'm all for it.
Now, I know that you and Miranda Lambert spent a lot of time together growing up, and I know you share some of the same influences, and she influenced you. A lot of her songs, she sounds like she's pretty glad to be out of East Texas. I wonder if you share that feeling.
I don't know. I think we always, hold a place for it, where in our heart somewhere, but it's good to get out and stretch your legs. And I think regardless, the thing is even if you're from, even if you grew up in New York City, well, that can't be your only, you got to leave that at some point when you grow up, just to see what other places are like. I don't care how big or culturally advanced the city is, you can't have a one-dimensional look on life, so there are things that I can really appreciate about East Texas and growing up from there, lots of values that I have, and my whole family still lives around there, so it's great to come back to, but I've also gotten to see a lot of the other, good things about the world.
Now, when you do come back to East Texas, I'm sure, do people greet you as Kacey, my old friend, or do some of them get a little irritated with the lyrics, or what's the response from the home folks when you come home?
Everybody's been super supportive and nice. Nobody's been weird or anything. I mean, there was a couple pictures taken of me eating in a restaurant. I'm like, really, guys, you could have picked a more flattering time to take a picture, but whatever. But no, everybody's been really great.
So, how much more time do you have left on this current tour as you support your album?
Well, we just wrapped the Kenny Chesney No Shoes Nation tour.
What was that like? I got to ask you, what was that like? First of all,
it was amazing. I mean, it was larger than life. It was so cool to be a part of, and he was so supportive and nice, and I mean, it's a very well-oiled machine, his whole, organization, and it's just cool to see it done on that level, and everyone is still just a class act, everyone's so nice. So that was 6 months of my life just spent on that thing, and it's over now, and I'm gonna, like I said, have a little bit of time off in September. And then, we're doing Farm Aid with Willie at the end of September, and some other things. And then in October, I start my own little headlining tour, and I bring it over to the UK and Europe, and then back over here, and we're going to do a bunch of, little intimate club dates. So it'll be totally different than, the stadium thing that I've been doing, but it'll be really awesome because it'll be, really up close and personal, and it's kind of more of, my style of venue, I feel like.
Well, most of the times that I've seen you were always playing in the small, intimate venues, and I have to ask you, what was it like to transition to playing in a stadium? Particularly your kind of music. How did that translate?
I think some parts of it translate and some parts of it don't, but I think it's okay. I mean, I think when people see my name, they kind of know maybe what they're getting if they know who I am. And they probably know that it's not, it's definitely not stadium rock or anything, and that's okay. But I think there were really cool parts about it too. I mean, so many people, I had access to so many people, and they had access to my music, and it was amazing, a way to build a fan base over 6 months. And I mean, it's interesting because you really gotta make sure people in the nosebleed section are included too, and that's kind of hard.
Have you become a female Bruce Springsteen yet?
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, all right. Now, while all this is going on, all this success and all the good times and everything, are you still able to write right now? Do you try to write when you're on tour?
Well, I actually just wrote yesterday and wrote one that I really like. I have to really set aside time, though, when I feel like before I could just kind of do it any time, but now it's like sometimes when I have the time I don't have the energy. But I just save all my ideas like usual in my phone, and like whenever I get the chance, I get back at it. It's not as frequent, but yeah, I've written some things lately that I'm really excited about, so it makes me excited for the future.
Any particular themes you can share?
Themes?
Yeah, just some ideas. What is it? What is it Kacey Musgraves is wanting to say right now?
I mean, it's kind of all over the map like usual, but like it's there's one called High Time, which is just about it's high time to get back to what I know and the roots and turn my phone off and connect with the people I love, and because that's one thing that's really hard to do when you're on the road, the one yesterday is called Rainbow, and it's about it was a line that I read in my astrology, like my horoscope thing, and she said, you can't see it now, but there's a rainbow hanging over, there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head, or there's a rainbow hanging over your head. So I just thought that would be a cool way to tell someone that that there's something there about them that they can't see, like you don't know it, but there's a rainbow over your head.
Excellent. Okay, so I know you still got some mileage left in this particular album that's out right now. When do you see yourself actually being able to get off the road for a while, really take some time to write, and then get ready for your next recording?
Well, I mean, I want to make sure that I squeeze all the juice that I have out of this album. I mean, there's still so many songs that I like, that I'm excited about, and hopefully that I can make it live a while longer, and then I'll probably take a look at the songs that I already have and kind of see if there's any kind of overlying theme maybe that comes to mind, and if not, then I'll start writing in a direction or see what happens, but it won't be for a while. Yeah,
I'm sure you need a break. It's a pretty crazy pace. And you got a tough act to follow. Same Trailer, Different Park was an awfully good album to start out with, so does that worry you that you got to try to find a way to top that?
I mean, I guess everyone says it should, but the people that I have the privilege of making music with make me, like, excited, not scared for, like, future releases, because I mean, I already have so many other songs that didn't make it on this record that I love that could make its own record already on its own. So then it's like, every time I get back with them, I'm reminded, like, why I'm doing this and why I love writing with them. It comes pretty easy. I mean, not every time, but most of the time. So it makes me more excited than scared.
Yeah, well, you got nothing to be afraid of, I'll tell you. It's been a fantastic ride so far, and we're really proud of you and excited for all your success, and look forward to seeing what happens down the line. Now, this show tonight, what are you going to be doing tonight? Describe the show.
Tonight, we're doing a few songs, and it's just it's basically, it's pretty acoustic, but I think on my bill it's Love and Theft and Eli Young Band and me, and then like Sheryl Crow's there tonight too, and I think Joe Nichols and Randy Houser. There's like it's always me and a bunch of guys, but this time there's an actual girl involved too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it should be fun. Hey, you just had a birthday, didn't you?
I did. I'm glad you remembered, because it's your birthday too.
I know.
But you look a lot better than I do. Let me put it that way.
Nah.
Hey.
No.
Well, listen, we will always remember that little girl, but sure am glad to see this young woman just blowing it up out there right now. Very proud of you, Kacey.
Well, thank you, and I really appreciate all of your support. Maybe I can come back to be an anchor sometime.
I'd love for you to. That'd be outstanding. Come back and visit with us sometime soon, okay?
All right. Thanks for talking to me.
Hey, love talking to you, Kacey. Kacey Musgraves, and we're glad to be visiting with her on Rattle and Hum Sports.